Welcome, Boys State, to the Four Blues and One Red podcast. The last 2 days have been filled with networking, elections, and even decisions made by our elected officials. But today, let's take a look at a few of the different political strides, strifes, and mishaps along the way. My name is Colin, along with my friends,
Ethan,
KD,
and Adrian.
Let's dive right in. So, our first section is going to be counselors on elections. I had an interview with a counselor named Kyron, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion on this. How good were the speeches?
I thought the speeches were pretty good. I mean, even the ones who, they didn't really know what they were doing, they still stepped up, they got out of their comfort zone, and they tried their best. Some people had it all prepared out, flawless execution, and they easily won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Some people, even though I could tell it's not their thing because they wasn't really trying for real, at least they still got up there and tried their best and at least trying to get active out here.
For someone to have to do a speech, it was cool. I had to go off the dome because I really wasn't prepared. So, for giving a speech and having to sit through one, it was actually pretty good. And being able to hear what they had to say, it was a good experience at least.
Yeah, I kind of got the same reaction that you guys had, along with my counselor, Kyron. He said about the same thing. It's the speeches were inspiring, especially for the ones who winged it, who just kind of went off the top of their head. And in an interview with him, he said they were emotional, which I find interesting. The feds are currently at 28 elected positions in Brooks County. Now, there are also 30 nationalists in Brooks County, so I've got a question for you guys. Who do you think is going to be the prevailing party by the end of Boys State?
Well, since we're all nationalists, I feel like we gotta go with the nationalists here.
It's 4 Blues, 1 Red, so I'm here too.
You are the red, Colin.
Right now, really, three blues, 1 red. Still got somebody out in the field getting some work done.
And I kind of agree with you guys. I don't think the Federalist Party is too motivated, this year at least, because I've talked to a lot of my fellow Federalists on why they wanted to run for the positions they did, and it was almost, I have to say, concerning the amount of people that said they just wanted to run because they figured they could do it, or not because they figured they could do it.
More trying to get active and get into the thing. They didn't really have a real reason.
Yeah, they didn't have a real reason or even an idea of what that thing did. They just wanted to do it, Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I think that gives us some competition. We can try and promote Federalists to keep up with us because, we're better. We'll prove it. But, if they want to put up a fight, they can try.
Yeah.
Well, look who finally wants to join us, the 4th Blue. What you pick up?
I got an interview with Isaiah Wallace. He is running for governor, and he is one of the Sanders County's nominees for Boys Nation.
That's awesome to hear. Introduce yourself real quick.
My name is Silas Deal. I'm from Sanders County. I'm a nationalist, and I'm proud to be with these gentlemen to bring you all the political news here at Boys State. I also got a leader with an organizer of the ice cream protest.
Okay.
Yeah. What they talking about?
They mostly talked about I asked him how who organized it, and they said it was a collective effort, and that there was no one singular person. I also asked if he had anything for Pablo and if he held Pablo responsible for the shortages, and he said that Pablo was trying his hardest and that this was not his doing. He's just doing what he can to mitigate the expenses caused by the horrific tornado.
Good. All love to Pablo. We love that man.
Even though this is way off our topic, I believe Pablo has many lies. I believe he's a man of lies.
I believe Pablo's a little bit suspicious sometimes, and the way he portrays himself, it's like he's there and he's got the confidence and everything, but it's almost like he's winging it.
Yeah.
If I have to be honest.
I heard resources that Harold was fake, but that's not our department to go over. But we finna get back on topic.
All right, let's get back on topic here. So I wanted to ask you all, what constitutes good speeches for us? For you guys, in your opinion, what is a good speech?
For me, a good speech is just being truthful, telling your story, and being yourself, because ultimately it's yourself that's going to be there. It's not going to be the fake person that you're making the speech about. So put yourself out there, be truthful, have fun.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to agree with that because If you just sit there, if you go up there and just sit there and tell people straight lies, and then it's finally time for the real thing, and you told them all them lies, and you going with a different approach and a strategy of things.
I think a good speech, to me, you have to know what your audience's boundaries are. Like, you can be personal, but you can't just tell them things that they don't want or need to know. Yeah, you have to find like a happy medium between oversharing and not including the people in what they need to know.
Yeah, I see that, and I feel like in that need to know, what people really want to know is what qualifies you, what makes you different from the rest of the people that are also running for the same position. And so I feel like that need to know should be there, but like you said, some personal details, more personal details, you don't quite need.
What was you finna say, Adrian?
I was gonna say about the what makes a good speech.
Yeah.
I was gonna say being able to read the room and know their audience.
Yeah.
And being able to tell on like what things would they be more interested in within your speech.
Yeah, because it's like you can't go into a funeral and start telling jokes up the front, but then you can't go to a daycare and start reading really sad poetry. You have to know who you're talking to.
You have to know your audience and your people.
Yeah. Very important.
Big important fact.
I just wanted to go through and ask each one of you, how your week's going, how you're adjusting to Arkansas Boys State.
Yeah. At first, I was iffy on it. Past couple days, though, I've really settled in. It's starting to be fine. I love running for different offices.
I'll say it's an adjustment. First off, I mean it's cool. When I first got here, I actually thought I wasn't gonna be able to stay here. I thought I was gonna go home. But I mean, it was pretty decent. It's going good so far.
And Ernie told us yesterday that yesterday was the hardest.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Getting through the first day.
Yeah. Yesterday was a long day.
I've been having a lot of fun. I think Sanders County, we have a lot of fun there. Gus is our champion now. We love Gus. As Holden can, shirts were ripped.
Dang.
Shirts
Okay.
were ripped.
Shirts were ripped.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We had elections for state representatives, and Isaac. Well, there's two Isaacs. One of them ran, and one of them was a spectator. And Isaac Wallace, big, loud, just going crazy for everybody. And we only had 10 nominees for 10 positions, and we took the vote anyways. And we get to the very end, and the other Isaac, and I'm sorry to Isaac because I don't know your last name, they announce him. And he goes up, chest bumps the other Isaac, and rips his shirt off and breaks his lanyard. Broke his lanyard.
All right.
And we had to send him upstairs to get his other shirt, so then he can come back down. We could do the Senate elections, and it was a good time. I think we're finally getting to know each other and opening up, so we're not as scared to be ourselves around each other.
Real formal
we
here
can
at Boyd
tell.
State. Real formal.
Yeah.
Sanders going wild, ain't they?
Yeah.
All right, so that was a real interesting conversation, and I just have to say I've learned some real interesting things from the people I have sitting around me right now. Now, we're going to be signing out here, but we will be back tomorrow possibly for another update on our politics here at Boyd State. So if everybody would, say goodbye.
See y'all.
Bye.
It was nice talking to you.
Before I say anything, I'd like to apologize for not coming till halfway through the episode. But on our next episode, you will get to hear my interviews with the protesters and with Isaiah.
Well, that's something to
So
look for.
stay tuned for the next one.
Yep, stay tuned for the next one, and this is 4 Blues, 1 Red, signing out.
Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.